Hello, my name is Dr. Matthew Wong, and today I will be telling you how to put a module on. You have been sent this video, and this is most likely because the colored rings, as you can see here on the braces, have fallen off. As you can see, it's missing on this one here, it's missing this one here, and it's also missing on this one here. In order to teach you how to put a module on, I'm just going to quickly go through how braces work. This is a model of a bracket. And what you'll notice on this bracket is that it has 4 wings. You can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the side view of the bracket. And what you'll notice is that on one of these wings, there is something called a hook. This is where the elastic goes on, and will come into play a little bit later when we learn to put modules on. What you will notice that in the middle of this bracket here, there is something where the wire sits into. This is called a slot. And I don't have a thick wire here, but I do have a dental instrument. So I'm going to pretend that this is the wire. And this is going to sit inside the slot. You've got to make sure that it's not sitting above or below. It sits inside this area here. And what we normally do is we get the module, which is like a little rubber band, and we loop it. We loop it over the hook one first and across the 4 different wings. This is what we do when we secure the wire to the rest of the braces. And what you'll notice is that this little bit of rubber is now holding in this wire. Looking at it from the side, you can see it doesn't come out easily. But for one reason or other, what happened is that this little rubber band gets broken down over time. And when this rubber band breaks down over time, it pops off. And when it pops off, the wire is no longer connected to the bracket. And this bracket is connected to your tooth, which is a problem. So what I'm going to teach you is I'm going to teach you how to put this wire back into here and put the module on. I'm just going to quickly show you what it looks like in your mouth as well. As you can see, some of these have the modules on, which you can see in pink, and some of them don't, as you can see on these 2 teeth that it's missing. What you'll notice is that not all teeth have these hooks on them. You can see the hook here, but on this bracket here, there's no hook. It doesn't matter. Some of them have it and some of it doesn't, but I'll show you how to do it for both. What you'll notice here is that the wire is sitting completely in the slot. As you can see, it's flush and it's not jumping out of where that row was. Compared to this one here, you can see that the wire is above the slot here. And if that happens, I'll teach you what to do as well. This is what it looks like from the biting surface as well. So as you can see here on the left hand side, the wire is completely smooth with the top surface of the bracket. Whereas for this one here, you can see it's sitting a little bit out. In order to put the module back on the braces itself and on the bracket, all you'll need is 2 things. Number 1, you'll just need a bit of dental floss that you can find at home. And the second thing that you'll need is the actual modules themselves. These you can either get from your local orthodontist, or they would have been sent out in the mail as well. This one here is a rubber band, but it will simulate a module, especially when we're using the bigger model over here. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to do this on the model itself. So again, here we have the bracket that we were looking at before. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that, as before, that the wire is sitting all the way down completely into that slot here. It's not moving, it's not above, it's not below, but it's sitting all the way in. Once it's sitting all the way in, we'll get our modules. And for this purpose, we are not going to go all around all 4 wings with one module, because you may knock the bracket off the tooth. We're going to do something a little bit easier because this is at home and you don't have the necessary instruments. We're just going to get our piece of floss here. And what we're going to do is we are going to loop the floss into the module, as you can see here. And what this does is it gives us a little bit of a grip, something for us to hold on to. So what we can do is you can wrap this end of the floss around our finger, and using this we can securely hold onto the module here. Now I mentioned that there's a difference between a bracket with a hook and without a hook. Let's do the one without the hook first. All you're going to do is you're going to use your finger and you're going to push down on one side of the hook, and using this and the floss, pull it down over the second one. Again, we're not going around the whole bracket, we're just going around the top and the bottom on one side of the bracket here. Once we do that, we can take the floss out. And we're going to do the other side as well. So again, this is our module and this is our floss here as well. We're just going to thread the floss through the module here. And then we are going to hold onto it. Again, making sure that we have a good grip. The ones with the hook, what you want to do is you want to put it over the hook first because it's a little bit easier. There's less to stretch. If you think about it, if I went from the bottom, I have to stretch it all the way over to get it over this hook. But what happens if I start from the hook? If I start from the hook and I put my module on, it becomes a lot easier to go down to this bottom wing. And there you go, that's all you need to do. So instead of using one module as we normally do as orthodontists, you're just going to need two. And with these two, you're going to put one on the right hand side of the wings, top and bottom, and the other one is going to go on the left hand side, top and bottom. And again, this does it securely as well. It holds it in quite well. So I'm now going to show you how to do it on these teeth here as well. So again, all you need is a piece of floss. And what you notice that all these modules are stuck on a stick. All you need to do is don't take it off, just thread the floss through the module because it'll be easier if it's on the stick itself. As you can see here, sorry it's not too well in focus. And once it's on, again holding on to the end of the floss quite tightly, so wrap around your fingers a few times, and all you need to do here is you just need to pull. And it pulls, it just comes off nice and easily. Now you don't have to fiddle around too much. So we're just going to put it on this one here. Let me just get the camera into focus here so you can see. Wonderful. So we're going to grab this and we're going to feel for the hook. So we're going to feel for the top hook as we can see here. Grab it, and once it's on like this, as you can see it's half on, I'm just going to be very, very gently, don't pull too hard, until it's on like that. Once you do that, you just grab one end of the floss and then you slide it out. And we're just going to do the same for the other side as well of that same bracket. So we're just going to keep going through this. So again, here we are, we're just going to thread it through this one here, grab it through, grabbing the end of the floss here, and again I'll show you over here, you just need to pull and it comes right off. And again, you want to hook it and feel for it. Get the teeth as dry as you can, lie down and get some good lighting. This will help quite a fair bit. Brush your teeth to make sure there's no food or anything underneath it. And once you got it over this one here, then you just need to pull gently. Again, you don't want to pull too hard, otherwise you might knock the bracket off the tooth. And hook it on. Once you know it's hooked on, but it doesn't come off at all. Once you do that, you just pull it off. And what you'll notice if you have a really close look on this one here is that you will have two. You will have two modules. One on this side and one on the other side. Again, we're going to keep repeating that until we finish this one off. So again, I'm just going to thread this through. Grab this here and pull it off. If you see the one with the hook on it, as you can see with this one here, we're just going to go and find that hook first. Grab onto it first because it's a lot easier. As you can see, it's hooked on the top part, and drag it over to the bottom part. And again, going to slide this floss out. Beautiful. Just going to keep doing this as well. So we're just going to get another module as well. Here we are, thread it through, come over, and again, pulling it off. And we're going to hook it on again, and hook it down. pulling the floss through. What you'll notice for this one is that the wire isn't sitting in the slot. So what you might have to do is see as best as you can, push the tooth towards the wire, and you might hear it click in. You can see that it's clicked in because it's all flat now. So you might have to use a little bit of gentle pressure to push that tooth in the right position. If you can, that's great. If not, then what you can always do is you can contact your orthodontist to ask them what you can do. And everything else is the same. So pull this off, grab it over here, and hook it on. So just use some light finger pressure and pull it off, and we're just going to do the last one. Again, grabbing the last module and pull it off. And then just gently, again, using your finger, maybe I'll do it from the side for this one here. So feel for it, you can see my finger pushing down on that little hook, or not the hook, on the wing as you see before. Drag it down to the last wing, and that's it. And again, grabbing one side of the floss and pulling it off.